host Andy once again, and I'm going on a road trip. I just got to get down into Springfield before this traffic builds up during rush hour because I go to work at 6 o'clock in the afternoon now. I don't mess around with just being like, just coming in later, like when I'm scheduled to. I want to come in early. I want to set everything up for success. I have to go into about 3 or 4 trucks, pull everything out, get those drivers out of there so they could go about their day. And because, like, I don't know, but I think they might even send the same drivers back later on at 3 in the morning. I don't know. Who knows how they do that, but that must be a very tough job, being a trucker, with all those restrictions and time constraints and all that. Like they're just barely allowed to stop for 8 hours of sleep, and that's pretty messed up because they're like on a really tight schedule. Some of them coming from Richmond up 95 North. I mean, the ones from Baltimore, they probably go back and forth, right? That would make sense, and they would have to hire less of them. Yeah, like, but they got a huge facility in Baltimore, man. Like, you wouldn't even imagine the scale of that thing. I can't even picture it in my head. They have dock doors on like all 4 walls of the whole warehouse, and it's like, I mean, some of these facilities, they need to have like a train tracks to get around or something, or ride a bike to get around it. Like, you would end up walking lots and lots of miles at a fulfillment center. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know if I would want to subject myself to that, because there's much better opportunities for growing my career and staying with the same company. Like, what if I could figure out a way to get all my 3D art and just to compile something together? Maybe I could work in advertising. They've got tons and tons of YouTube ads now, and it's like, wow, who's making all those? I want to get in on that. I'm very skilled at what I do. The only issue is I just need some inspiration, or I can't make anything at all. I need to have some kind of concept art in front of me, some kind of literature that I vibe with, that I want to make something out of that, man. Like, it's got to be something that influences my creativity. And it's also got to be, like, I mean, lately when I draw on my tablet, my right hand and my pinky and my ring finger, specifically, like the proximal interphalangeal joints up in there, they really cramp up pretty bad. Anytime I'm doing something like fine, like fiddly work with my fingers, like just with holding like a pencil, like it cramps my fingers up. I don't know if anybody has advice about that, but that's kind of like a pain, because like I can't draw for as long of a period of time. And although each high-res sculpture that I make, it's got to be like 1.5 million triangles in there, and that doesn't take very long to get that resolution built up. But the thing is, when you're high poly sculpting, you have to add the resolution so gradually and very uniformly, stepping up the triangles across the whole mesh. Otherwise, you end up with a whole bunch of problems, and it doesn't look consistent. It looks all like blobby. It looks like junk, and you're not going to get good normal maps if you bake from a mesh like that, just because of the way that it's designed. Like, you have to go about it in a very like, you gotta know exactly how to do that, or you just can't. Yeah, it takes me about 1.5 hours for each one I do, though. But in that time span, my hand cramps up too much to go any further, and I have to split it up into sessions. Like, it takes me a whole week to finish something up. Like, one day's the high-res sculpt, the next day I'm retopologizing it. The next day, I'm making my UV seams. And the day after that, I make my textures. And after that, I script all the textures into the game and get all the files ported and compile my model. And then I have to make several animations after all that and compile the model once again. And continuously compiling. I compile it like a dozen times just so that I know what it looked like in the game after I do something. It's important, and just in case you have to make any final revisions or redo an entire animation sequence. That happens so much because I really have to get skilled at figuring out how I can make a skeleton armature move realistically with a smooth movement, an organic shape. Like it's kind of complicated just to make like a bipedal model just walking in a straight line. That's really it takes a while to move all the bones for each keyframe and stuff. But I figured out IK chain rigs. I figured out an inverse kinematic, and I figured out how to make handles and all that. And what else was it like? They had this other like rotation constraint, so you could move one bone as like a dummy, but then it influences the other bone while the iChain rig is working. And that's like pretty cool because you can just, for instance, like you can control the orientation in which a knee or elbow's gonna bend at. You can control the direction that the elbow's gonna point towards while the joint's bending. That's how it really works. And that's how you have to think about it when you're making your armatures and animating them. You really have to know the anatomy very well of whatever animal or character you're making. It takes a lot of thought, lots of decisions to make along the way, and that's the whole process. That's my workflow. If you got any better like suggestions that would help me crank these out quicker, I'd like to know about it, because I'm trying to make a video game. I'm trying to make movies. I'm trying to be the next Pixar film. I'll be just like a Disney movie, bro. I'll make so much money off of this if I figure out how. I'll be able to do all that. So subscribe to Moist Andy, leave a comment, like the video. It helps the stupid algorithms on YouTube, and share it with all your friends. And follow me on Instagram, follow me on Snapchat, and do whatever you would like to do. Bye bye.